And I used to realize, man, there's a lot of work. I'm just being deployed, and it's I want to work out, but I've got like my time has shifted. It's been in one routine for 6 months, so I started like, how do I say it? Like treat myself more kindly in later
Hmm.
deployments. In deployments 4 and 5, I started to like, hey, when you're walking out of the chow hall, for example, and they have the Otis Spunkfire cookies, like just grab a cookie, man, because when you get home, it's either going to be a beer or you're going to be with your family, right? You're going to want to go out with your family. The point is it's moderation. Like it's easy to really drill into yourself in those 6 months, but sometimes when you drill in that hard, you transition back. It's a shock, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you highlighted a few really important things. First and foremost, being that everybody has their own experience, right? So no two experiences are going to be the same, even if it's the person sitting next to you in your deployment, right, on your team. Everybody is unique, right? Everyone will have their own
Yeah.
experience. So for sure, that's a great thing to highlight. Second, you know, the those small things that you pointed out, whether it be doing the dishes, whether it be your schedule being set versus not set, these are things that are really good to talk about and kind of bring to light, because when you're stuck or you're feeling anxiety or feeling stress or whatever post military, post deployment, sometimes it's not obvious to like wrap your head around those little things and realize, oh wait, oh that's actually why I'm just getting frustrated right now with
Yeah.
myself or just getting angry. Well, it's just because, yeah, I'm actually just not used to realizing got to do dishes and not being on a, time frame that's not set by me. Right. So really nice to highlight those things. And what you said to wrap kind of that up, what I heard was, just being a little bit kinder with yourself, right? Knowing that it's okay to experience that, to feel those things, and then, be kind with yourself, knowing that it's okay. And it'll allow you to kind of, alleviate some of that, tension levels. So really
Yeah.
nice things that you pointed out. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little small one too, like to kind of, when I started my first deployments, it was kind of at the lower level, the later deployments, I
Mhm.
had the luxury, if you will, or the responsibility of being in a leadership position. But there's one thing that I implemented on the way home, if you will, to kind of, to your point, like decompress and get back into that, like, hey, like this is just a different mindset. Was everyone kind of transitions back into the country in different spots, but I would say that 80% or more probably transition through the Baltimore area. And so, the first few deployments I would go on, it was easy for, we had members who were like, no, we'll get home. Like, I'm not spending a minute, like, I'm getting home. And I just remember thinking, like, I'm stressed out, man. Like,
Yeah.
like I want to get home, but like, it's, 7 o'clock at night. Like, in this case, it might have been a week before Christmas and like the airports are packed. The point being is in the later deployments, my one thing was, hey, guys, we're staying the night in Baltimore or wherever it is. Like, we're going to stay the night there. We're going to give you a good night's sleep. We're going to get a good meal. We're going to have one last, if you will, like team dinner or team hoorah together. And then we're going to get home to your families, and you're going to be, hopefully well rested, showered, because you're not going to look like a bag of ass coming off the plane. Like, and so I was glad I did that. Like, and that just kind of starts to reshape your mind and getting it back into like, oh, okay, I'm home. Like, it's just, it's a good thing to be home, but a little different than what we've been doing for 6 months.
I mean, that's a great highlight, great advice to point out, which is, allow yourself just a little bit extra time, to decompress, right? To shift that mindset of, okay, yeah, now I'm back home versus
Yeah.
being deployed. So great thing to highlight. I also want to touch on another thing that you said before that, in the sense of being, or I should say, needing to be precise, needing to be in this, ultra focused mentality to ensure that no errors occur. I think that there's a few things that happen there. One is it's a great lesson, and we'll touch on that in a moment, just
Mm-hmm.
in terms of understanding your own personal capacity. However, sticking to where we're at right now in terms of those transition periods, it's recognizing that, in most environments as a civilian, as a professional, you don't need to be in that kind of state of
Yeah.
extreme, focus, extreme physical, extreme, mental, whatever, however you want to take that. So it's, to your point of that, having that moment to decompress on your way home, that's a great time frame to allow yourself to decompress from extreme to maybe get it to that medium
Yeah.
point as you're traveling home. Now you're leveled out, hopefully and ideally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome.